Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
What's up, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Race to 100. I'm Neil Batang.
I'm Rick Storcell, and we are on episode 85.
And we're 10 episodes late. We were supposed to do it for 75, but better late
than never.
But never late is better. However, today we are going to shout out as many people as we possibly can for a limited amount of time. So
we want to first off say thank you to all of our new subscribers. We have gotten an influx of great voices to the conversation.
Absolutely.
For those of you who have subscribed, those of you who have just watched our videos, those of you, especially those of you who have commented, we just wanted to say a special thanks for participating in this conversation. It means so much to us. I mean, I don't think that we can really describe. I was sort of tearing up a little bit just reading some of the comments. Hey, it really does mean the world to us when you guys participate in this conversation. That I don't think either of us ever expected this to be as big of a conversation as it ended up being.
Yes.
I mean, we started this as a dialogue between the two of us, and over the course of these past 85 episodes, you guys have been engaged in so many different ways. For our friends especially who are able to talk to us outside of the YouTube world, through email, through phone, whatever the case may be. And then those of you who participate who we've never met and yet offer your voices to the comment section with abandoned fear, reckless abandon.
They fearlessly comment on our YouTube page without regards of what people will say and how they'll perceive their comments to be.
Exactly.
And we appreciate your courage.
Whether it's good or bad, we read everything. We'd like to respond to everything. And just thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, we are truly grateful.
Yeah. So now let's get to the personal shout-outs. Everyone's favorite part, the personal shout-outs.
Oh boy.
Okay, so...
I don't want to anger anyone by leaving you guys out.
Okay, so first and foremost...
First of all, a caveat. I feel like we should offer a caveat.
What caveat would you like to offer?
The caveat is we're not mind readers, so if we haven't heard from you either in the comment section or one-on-one, we don't mean to slight you at all, especially if you're a daily watcher. If you are a daily watcher, please feel free to leave a comment. I mean, we love to hear from you. We'd love to know your feedback, what we're doing, what you think we're doing right, what you think we can improve on, and that way we know that you're engaged on a substantive level, and we're able to appreciate that and respect that for what it truly is. And I know that there are many of you out there, so we're gonna have hopefully many more shout out episodes, but if you are a daily watcher, please feel free to comment. So that being said, the shout outs are based primarily on those who are the most actively engaged.
The most actively engaged. So who would you like to personally shout out? Because my list is always a little longer.
Oh, it's so long. I feel like we should bounce back. Okay, we'll go back and forth.
We'll go back. Okay, so let me shout out my family first of all. Mom, Dad, my brother, all of my cousins, all of my aunts and uncles. Thank you guys for always watching our show, telling us what we're doing right, telling us what we need to work on. All of the feedback has helped us immensely, and we can't tell you how appreciative we are that you've been supporting our YouTube channel.
My number one draft pick for shout out would be my sister Skittle. Elizabeth, and she's wonderful. She tries to spread the word as much as she can to her friends and offers honest and legitimate feedback. I'm very grateful for her constantly being a presence within this process.
Okay. Next, I will have to shout out the homies, my friends. First and foremost, my coworker Rick's coworker. Did I just call him my coworker?
I am your coworker.
My co-host, dear friend Rick Storcell, for coming up with the idea for us to talk about Race to 100. I don't think you guys know this. Rick's came to me. It's kind of been something Rick's has been talking about to me for over like 10 years, and I just kept telling him, go away. He's like, dude, it would be pretty cool to get a brother and white dude talk about race issues and show that you can have healthy conversations about this topic. And I was a little reluctant because I just didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was kind of wary to put myself out there. But Rick's kind of helped me, find the courage to, put yourself out there and have honest conversations. We aren't hurting anyone by talking about who we are and what we do. So I want to shout out my boy Rick Storcell for coming up with this idea for us to do this. And and we've been doing our thing, and it's been awesome. Have to shout out our co-producer, Victor Marquez.
Oh,
also
Victor, yeah.
a dear friend from high school. I'm sure you guys know who he is from Straight Up. He's the guy that looks like Brad Pitt with the long red hair. Claude King, a dear friend as well, who's always been supporting us, and he is a therapist, you guys. Not a psychologist, but he will be a celebrity therapist one day because he's a pretty boy with a lot of knowledge and long, cool dreads. Who else would I like to shout out? The trolls. Where would I be without the support of my trolls, my friends from college? John, Aldo, Joe, Elliot, Marcus, Tunde, Kyle, Chris. Thank you guys for always seeing the good in me, despite the crazy conversations I've had with you guys. These are my boys, and their different perspectives have really helped to form my thought process today. And they've really changed a lot of the way I've seen things in life, and I kind of bring that energy, dialogue, intelligence, or rhetoric that I've learned from them to our dialogues and conversations here at Race to 100. So I appreciate that. Let me take a break now.
It's like I'm looking at the clock
before
here.
this turns into BET Awards 2016 Part 2.
Right, Jesse
Please
Williams,
continue.
man. No, and I, with my second number one draft pick, I will shout out. I think both my mom and my dad.
For every one draft pick of yours, I have like 10 of mine.
You're like the Patriots. You just accumulate draft picks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my mom and my dad, my mom especially, has been just phenomenal in her feedback and insight, always trying to find ways to connect to new audiences, has been an integral part of the feedback process as well, and has contributed to helping us actually create this apparatus as well. So invaluable and truly appreciative of the work that they have done behind the scenes, and it's a pleasure to just have your family around you when you go through this. Absolutely.
And before I forget, my boy, the Panamanian Prince himself, Mr. Josh Castillo, he's a real one. He's part of my friend shout out. I completely forgot, but I knew he would not be. And Fabian too, for finally getting off the Kobe bandwagon and becoming a fan of LeBron James. I've been working on that guy for 6 or 7 years. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. And if you just persist, man, you really can succeed. I mean, it's part of the American dream. And I'm going to use my conversion of a Kobe fan into a LeBron fan as an example of such.
Progress.
So
right?
Next, I would like to shout out my coworkers, my family at the airlines. I get a lot of good feedback from them. They watch us. Obviously, my number one draft pick of coworkers to shout out the one and only Nikita Collins. Please check out Just Nikita Vlogs, you guys.
She's on our featured channel.
Yes, we will be working with her in the future. Talented, very bright and beautiful young lady that knows who she is and where she is going, and again, doesn't let any of our hecklers mess with us. That's probably my favorite thing about Nikita. Not even her watching our show or offering feedback, but she's not afraid to put somebody in the headlock who messes with someone she loves.
Can I just say it's funny that I have never actually met her, and yet I hear of all this support. I see her support on the comment section, and it feels like even though we haven't met, we've already established this great relationship. Yeah. And I'm excited to work with Nikita, and her support has been great. I'll add my shout out to her as well.
Shout out Nikita. Shout out to her family that also supports us as well. TT, Renee, Kush, my boy Kush. I have to shout him out. He acts like he doesn't like us, but he secretly does, and I know he supports us. And he was one of our first subscribers as well, like ever. So gotta shout him out. Gotta shout out my dear friend Sarah Branscombe. She's been holding us down as well. She offers us plenty of support. Who else can I shout out from the gig? Ninoska, my Puerto Rican princess as well, who's always trying to correct anything and everything I say. But she has a background in she's from New York and has a background in she's trying to be a celebrity publicist. Gotcha. So she's familiar with all of that, and she's been looking out for us as well. So shout out to her as well. Have I said everyone really? I feel like
probably.
I feel like my shout out list was much longer last time. I didn't cut anyone off, but I feel like it was just it was concrete and more organized this time. Who else?
You know, it's hard. It's hard just because it's grown the way that it has, and I mean, we always keep those people who ground us in this at the center of
those
our
from
thoughts.
Marquette who are subscribed. Some people are, some people aren't. For those that are,
Okay, now we're sort of evolving into.
But this is who we are. I mean, if we're gonna make this some informal shout out episode, why not? Shout out to everyone from Marquette University, Drake, and what was that seminary school you went to in New York?
Union Theological Seminary.
Any of those who watch us, shout out to you guys as well. We appreciate your contributions.
And I'll add my final shout out to my partner Neil. He you know, we started this YouTube program almost a year ago now. We're I think about 11 months from when the idea first sprung forward, and I think Neil and I we started and Victor as well. We started the Straight Up Interview Show, which season 2 will be airing shortly. But we were, as Neil had mentioned, we've always had these conversations about race and the perspectives that we have, and for somebody like myself who went through a couple of transformations and just how I view the world, to have somebody like Neil be as real as anyone who I've ever been able to talk to from his very different world and very different lifestyle, and the fact that we were able to communicate in a respectful and rational and intellectual way has meant the world to me. I mean, I've grown so much because of Neil, and I couldn't foresee a reality without one of my best friends in it. So
Thanks, bro. Hey, shout out to the Black Lives Matter movement of Chicago. We've been getting a lot of. I know some of the leaders for the protesters. They watch us. They subscribe. They'll actually drop a comment in my Facebook. And they'll send me a message and just tell us that they appreciate what we're doing. Just shout out to all the supporters, man. It's crazy. It's very rewarding because even I know we are a small to medium. I wouldn't even say medium YouTube channel. We aren't big yet, but like you feel very huge knowing that somewhere out there someone is watching what you are saying and has found the value and it resonates with them, and that's the value you feel like you're offering to society. It's what we seek as men. You feel like you are serving your life's purpose, and there's nothing more rewarding than that. And that's why Rix and I continue to put out all of this hotness
day, and we
for
love it
you
too.
guys.
We absolutely love
straight
it.
fire.
Truly.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight fire.
That's
Right.
nothing. Nothing short of 100 degrees Fahrenheit for y'all. If you tune in, you'll get to see more. Am I missing anyone?
I don't think so. So let's transition. Favorite moments. I know we're not quite done yet.
Let me think. Give me 5 seconds. My
Yeah,
favorite moment. My favorite moment. It has to come from a hater, and most people. And I know that's like, wow, really? I mean, people say all this good stuff. And we do get some negative comments as well.
I think
It
I know
has to
what this
be
one is.
from a negative comment. I was called a racist, and he was called a self-loather. This was when we put out the Donald Trump, the RNC.
Oh, Mike Pence nominated as a slice of white bread.
Okay, that one. Okay, that one. But okay, so it didn't come from the Republican National Convention. Melania Trump
No.
plagiarized. No.
It was Mike Pence's.
Rick was called a self-loather, and he was called a racist. And my dear friend Nikita Collins just responded. Like, I didn't ask her to do that. I think that was the funniest part for me, is that I was working, she was on vacation. I just we were texting, and like
Another commenter, Angela Twerkle, also.
Shout out to Angela Twerkle for such an awesome name. Thank you for putting that comment in there. But yeah, Nikita, we get the comment, and I just texted her. I'm like, yo, check this out. And I didn't ask her to, and she just went and Rick texted me.
It was like a thesis length response.
He literally said, he's like, dude, Nikita posted one of the best responses I've ever seen on a YouTube conversation. I'm growing to love her. And I was just laughing at work, and people kept asking me why I kept chuckling like a little girl, and I'm like, I can't make this up. Here's why. Y'all check it out. But that was probably my favorite moment. What about yours?
I would have to say it would probably be, aside from the Kaiser Khan video, which I mean that recent video is just, I mean, that's blown my mind. The great comments that people have left. It really has been moving just to read the things that a lot of Muslim Americans have to say.
The
That's
Muslim
been
community has had
so
positive
cool.
things to say about us regarding that most recent video on Kaiser Khan. So,
But I would have to say a close second would probably be the Bernie Sanders episode that we filmed early on. Oh my goodness. We didn't realize the concept of virality and the fact that people we didn't know would actually be searching and finding our video and watching it. Well, it turns out that we had filmed that Bernie episode at the height of one of the Bernie surges when it came to search results. So our video was popping up, and we had a bunch of Bernie supporters watching our video, and I didn't realize how mean Bernie supporters could be.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I came off as too harsh against the man, but it turned out that I was not well received for my particular comments. But I have to say, it was a great learning.
he means
it was
well.
a great learning
For you Bernie
experience.
supporters out there,
No, I
Rick
mean,
means well. He definitely does.
It was a good reminder that I should probably choose my words a little more carefully, and yeah, it was a fun experience watching some of those comments roll in, and I actually had a really good conversation with a couple of people. Rebecca Garcia, we had an exchange of 2 or 3 different messages, and I tried to further explain myself and flesh out that. So that was a great example of how this conversation can continue beyond the video, which is what we were hoping for at the beginning.
So it's safe to say, will there be a Race to 100 Part 2? What do you think?
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
I
love this.
mean,
We cannot.
Race to 100, dude. Race to 100. This. I can't swear on camera. I'm so tempted to. This stuff is fun. Like if you guys don't understand, like we are having so much fun, like
Every day.
stuff. Like
It really
I've ran into people like when I'll go to like Milwaukee, and I've ran into people from Cobb, and Neil. Like, yo, like, we saw this episode, so, it's pretty cool to see people, that people are watching us, and, and the build-up is slow. We aren't quite where we want to be yet, but we're going to stay in the present, and we love the process. It's going to be tight. Also, shout out to my friend from work, Jasmine Williams, who's been doing her thing on the music scene with Cousin Dom, Elite Society Music, you already know, The Boy Illinois, Dale, Rio, Eddie, Frank. I'm having my source awards moment, y'all. You can't ask me to do a shout out episode and not shout out the homies. Man, Rick, is there anybody else, man? I feel like we're missing somebody.
Oh, we'll know when they leave a message in the comments.
Yeah, or they'll text me, why didn't I get a mention?
Yeah.
So, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more access to episodes of Race to 100.
And comment!
And please comment, open discussion, man. I mean, we're here, open season, you already know, so...
We'll love you even more than we already do, which is hard to imagine.
Yeah, feel free to let us know what you think. We appreciate all of the contributions that our viewers and subscribers have made to our YouTube channel. Search straight up in the search bar, STR8 space UP. You'll be able to find us with no problem. I'm Neil Butang, and Rix, would you like to add anything else, man?
Man, we will catch you next time on the Race to 100. Peace.